They're just, I don't know, they're tiny. It'll be alright.
I can hear so much better on this guy than the radio, the handheld.
So, welcome back to the land of dusty tires and gears, where the trails are tough and the road disappears.
Wait for it. Here it comes. Almost there.
Today we're all about radios and chatter, because on the trail, connection is what matters. Alright, so we're going to install this radio. I have these in all my rigs.
Kind of a big deal. People know me.
These are awesome little radios, DB20G. They're just, I don't know, they're tiny, can program pretty much do whatever you want. All the features you need, and more. And you can make them as simple as you want. So we're also going to put this big bad boy on there.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we got to go drill that hole bigger, right? Alright, so conveniently in the rear bumper here, we already have this hole, and we thought, might as well just put it right there. We thought that would look pretty good, but we gotta make the hole a bit bigger for it to work. So that's what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna feed this through here. And before we put it on there, I actually want to put a little grease on that hole so it doesn't rust. Apparently, I can't find my electrical grease, so we're just gonna put a dab of this on there. It'll be alright.
Could just painted it.
Well, actually, it's gonna be hard to paint because we actually have to have this scar the metal and get to bare metal so that it makes a good connection, because the antenna needs to ground against the steel, and it can't ground when there's painted material. So conveniently, because I put a split washer on here, when you go to tighten it down, that split washer will dig right into the metal, right past the paint. I didn't say that was going to be easy to do. Is it tight?
It's pretty tight. It's grounded.
Perfect. You could do this.
No.
Look. See if that fits in there. That's tight.
Yeah.
And we won't know if that's a problem until it is. You know what we could do, Nick? We can keep it like this. If it's a problem for you, we can actually weld a plate right here, and then we can move it out here.
I mean,
you know,
I could
and
put just a little piece of foam right there.
you could also do that for the time being.
Yeah.
One really good thing I like about these antennas is that it has this little SMA or SMF connector, whatever it is, so that we don't have to fit this big bulbous end.
That's like an SMA connector.
Yeah, I think it is.
It's made to like a TNC.
Something like that. Well, that's a PL239. Basically, that's fancy for it goes from big to small. I think what we want to do is just go up through that grommet. So we're gonna punch a hole right there. No. Oh, I forgot how far up that is. Okay. I also forgot that they're double-walled grommets. Oh, I did go all the way through. Okay. We're good. Pull it out, but look where the hole is so you can watch when I get this thing through there. Alright. Give that a shot. See if that Torx bit's good for something. You want me to poke a bit through so you know where you're going? Nope. Here. Feel it?
Yeah, go out. Slowly. Go out.
Oh, got it. Now push that wire up with me,
Yeah.
so we don't lose it. I'm just gonna leave that on there so we can fish it through the rest of the Jeep. Where do you want it? I mounted mine right there.
Yep, that's what I was thinking too.
With a drill bit that doesn't have a cutting end on it. There we go. Something like so. There we go. Next little step is to put these little rubber washers in there. All these really do, I think, is isolate the radio so that when you tighten down the knobs, there's some meat here for things to press onto. Ba-boom. Okay, so he went to go get a fuse tap, and of course, the moment he leaves, I find the tap I was looking for. However, this tap won't work. This is like a micro style or something. Foreigners, Toyotas use this a lot. He needs more of like the mini style, so this won't work in his Jeep anyway, so he has to go get it. Why he's gonna go get it, we're gonna tidy up everything, get the wires where they should be, and kind of route most of the things. That way, we can be done. We're gonna get this nice and tight on the back of the radio so it's easy to get to, and then I'll grab a wrench and tighten up this other connector on the cable as well. We'll grab the dual wrench. Okay, that's tight. That's nice and tight. Where I need some dang old zip ties is what I need. You guys ever done a project where you're like so sure of yourself that you can do it, and you get into it, and then literally everything you need you don't have?
Hello? Hello? Anybody home?
You guys ever get into those kind of projects? Because that's the kind of project I'm in at the moment. I gotta whip this out in an hour because I have everything, and here we are, not having what we need to do any of it. Alright, my brother saved a day with some zip ties and stuff. Okay, now that we have everything here, let me show you what's so cool about these fuse taps.
Well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
I have to get some light. Otherwise, you guys won't be able to see what I'm doing, and it won't make any sense. So, we're just gonna... can we hook it right there? Will you go there? Hey, look at that. Perfect. Okay. So why these fuse taps are so awesome is they do exactly what they exactly what you'd think. They let you tap into the fuse box after you throw all the fuses everywhere like that. They let you tap into the fuse box, and they give you a secondary wire. So this is perfect for this kind of application where we don't want to go in and splice more wires in the dash and pull everything apart. What we can do is we could find something that is switched. In this case is what we want. So we want the auxiliary power switch cigarette lighter, which is number 20 right here. And so what we'll end up doing is we'll pop this guy in here, and then we'll wire the radio to it, and then we'll find a ground to ground the other side, and that'll be it. It's super simple, and it's just really nice. I like to leave a little bit of wire when I cut these off so that if I want to use this in the future for something, I can. Let's see where we can actually run this. So we're gonna have a little bit of excess in there, not too much. All right, we'll clip it back about here. That'll give us enough wire to kind of tuck everything up and zip tie it neatly. I think what we're actually going to do for the ground wire, we'll pull out one of these screws probably and just pinch it right here in the frame, where I'll find a ground underneath, because you don't really have to run it to the whole, you don't have to really go to the battery, come to find out. I used to run everything to the battery, but chassis ground is just as good as going directly to the battery, honestly. And a little better because you don't have to have, I don't like that. Let's redo that. You don't have to have the wires so long, so you save cost on wiring and all that stuff. and running wires and punching holes and stuff if you can not run them so long. But also you have to make sure that all of your chassis grounds can support the additional load if you're wiring extra things. Small stuff like this, small things like this radio, for example, the GMRS radio that doesn't draw very much, it's not such a big deal. The factory wiring can handle all of it, so we're not worried about it in this case. But if I was adding something big like an amp or something of that nature, absolutely I would be upgrading the factory wiring. And certain things, I mean, if you're going real big, right, like winch status, for example, don't run your winch to a chassis ground. You'd have to upgrade so many things for that to happen, and it just would not be worth it. That you would want to run to the battery just because the load is so tremendous. But everything else you'd be okay with. So let's poke that in there. Perfect. And then we'll crimp away. That can go in that part of that wiring harness. The back fuse is your stock fuse. The front hole is our aftermarket one. So what I'm actually going to do, because we don't run too many accessories and I don't have a second 30 amp fuse, I'm going to put a 15 in the rear and a 20 in the front, which is fine. Well, actually, wait, maybe I'll think. No, it'll be fine. It'll be okay. Perfect. I think, like I said, I think what we'll do is we'll just slip it right in there. Maybe, let me think. Oh, I can get it in there. I think. Oh, well, maybe I can't actually. It might be. Oh, so close. Perfect. Let's see. Sweet. And I have the power on, the keyer on, so we're, well, yep, sweet. So everything's working like it should. Now we just have to we'll just tidy this up in here. My favorite thing, underneath the dash. It makes it a whole lot harder with this roll cage in the way, but safety. Ignore that. Just don't look down there. You didn't see that part. Zip tie it right here, and now you're gonna see why I left it the way I did. So one thing about GMRS radios, CB radios, I imagine this is the case for ham. So you don't want, ideally, you don't want a bunch of loops like this. It'll cause issues. What you want to do is run it back and forth somewhere. So this is actually small enough on this antenna that what we're going to do is we're just going to let it run down the fender and then come back up on itself. So right now, what it looks like in there is it's running down like this and back up. And actually, if I'm honest with you, this antenna is about perfect for a Jeep. Being only 16 feet long for this cable here, it means that we don't have a whole lot of excess cable to deal with. On my TJ, Goldilocks, I have the same cable and I have it routed a bunch of times on the fender well and the floor and stuff, trying to deal with the extra length. And it works, but it's just not the best way to do it. Okay, that's done there. Take this slide out, take this slide out. Let's go clip all those zip ties. Clip, 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 clip.
A few moments later.
Programming cable in the glove box. Recommend you guys do that with this kind of stuff because if you're like me and you throw your programming cable in the house and then you go somewhere and someone else can program your radio, or you can do something, or you have a bunch of radios like I have, throw in your glove box. That way, if you ever come out here to do something on your rig, It's already there. You just got to grab whatever you're programming it with. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Let's clean everything up, and then we'll figure it out, because we have this guy. We could just screw it right there on the dash. That might be pretty good. Let's see, how's that gonna look if we do that? See, what I don't want to do is get in the way of any of our buttons, in the way of the compressor or the rear locker when you're out goofing around. I want everything be out of the way. Up here actually might be better. Oh yeah, that's gonna work great. We're gonna put it on level 1 so we don't strip it. Great. All right, that's a little tough. So we're just gonna, there we go, do a little adjustment. That's still a little tight. Perfect. Doesn't really move around. That's it. That's how easy it can be to install a GMRS radio. Now, you've seen me do this a few times if you watch the channel at all. And we put one in my Jeep. We put one in my 4Runner. We've put one... Actually, we did a real simple setup in the truck. But you can see why I like this radio, because within the matter of an hour, you can have a really, really nice, I mean really nice, clean, easy setup that's really capable. Really capable. This is a really nice radio. I really like it. I haven't said that enough. But now we're not going to be like little plebs on the trail and not have comms and be trying to use some random little dinky handheld radio.
Can you hear me?
What?
Well, that sucks. The camera wasn't rolling, so I commandeered my wife's laptop. We took the cable out of glove box, plugged it up, and I just used the programming software that comes with Reality and programmed them. That way, this radio is the same as my radio, which is the same as my other 2 radios, and then and my parents too. And basically, a lot of the people I go with off-roading all run the same radio. It's the same style, same programming, everything. That way, if one of us has an issue or someone doesn't know what they're doing, instructions easy. All of us can make modifications on the fly easy. We all know what we're doing. All same radio. Easy. I like it. So I thought the only thing left to do now, I think, is to do a little radio test. He's gonna go, man, that is a good looking antenna. He's gonna go for a quick little jaunt, and little man and I here, we're gonna go sit in our Jeep and see how it works. Gosh, those last fit lights are... You're gonna be driving this pretty soon, aren't you? You'll be driving before you can walk, huh? Yeah, this is gonna be a much better radio for you than that little handheld.
I can hear so much better on this guy than the radio, than the handheld.
Where are you at now?
Intersection of Walmart, that red stop.
All right, well, I'll let you come back, and I'm gonna turn my radio off and turn my Jeep off.
Good, I'll see you in a few minutes.
So yeah, there you have it. Another successful GMRS radio install with a Retevis antenna. I really dig that setup. I think I'm going to, honestly, I think I'm going to put that on my truck somehow. Well, I'm definitely going to put the DB20G on my truck. But I just really like that Retevis antenna. I think I'm going to put it in everything that I can because it just works so well. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. If you are interested in other videos, check out the channel. And hopefully, we'll see you in the next video. I'm not gonna lie, I am not upset here at this. Not upset at all. This is really good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like it.